Hi, welcome to Trading with TK, teaching you to turn ideas into money. We're at www.tradingwithtk.com, and today's Friday, May 9th. Well, I didn't get bearish anytime too soon because the market acted terrible today. They gapped down like 90 points right at the opening and basically stayed down there almost all day. They actually were down as low as minus 140. And every rally attempt just failed miserably. There was no volume behind the rallies, no punch. And every time the rallies failed, bigger selling came back into the market. So clearly, another signal that the market is clearly wants to work lower. Our story continues, and we'll take a look at the major indexes and see if all our charts match up and if they're staying with the story. Because it's important that all the charts keep saying the same thing. So we'll do that in our final segment. But first, for Monday morning, I have a new idea. And it's going to be in keeping with my new bearish outlook on the market. So we have a short for you. And the short is going to be AW. It's Allied Waste. So in just a moment, we're going to take a look at the chart, and I'll show you how we're going to take this idea and turn it into some money. Now, don't go away. I'll be right back. Okay, we're looking at a daily bar chart of Allied Waste. The symbol is AW. And this will be a call on the short side. And we'll be looking to sell the stock short Monday between $12.45 and $12.65. We have a target on the downside of $9.50 down here. And so what do I see here? Well, let me take you through this. Rallied from $9.20 all the way up to $13.20, along with the Dow and along with all the other indexes. So it kept pace with the market, and then it ran into this big resistance area over here. You see it? Just like all our indexes. And then it banged its head there, and now it's starting to put in a pretty negative looking formation. And I'm sure you can recognize this. This is a head and shoulders pattern. I'm going to zoom in so we can take a closer look at it. All right, that's a good look. I'm going to remove this resistance line, and I'm going to point out neckline, top of the neckline, bottom of the neckline. So we have left shoulder, we have right shoulder, and head. Very, very good structure there. There's no doubt about what we're looking at here. And we're building the right shoulder. Now, we may have one more day to build it. And this is why I want to get this short up, because this shoulder on the left side has 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 days, and so far we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll get an opportunity Monday morning to get a short off in here, anywhere in here. Now let's say it gaps down Monday morning, we don't get a chance to get them off. Don't chase it down here. Wait till it kicks back into this area here, and then get the short off. Because once it breaks this area, then this will be resistance. So let me recap that. That's AW, it's a call on the short side, and I think we can make about $3 on this trade. All right, now let's take a look at the major indexes to see if the charts are keeping up with our story and that all the charts match each other. They all have to be telling the same story. You can't have one saying one thing and one another. Then the story isn't valid. All right, here we're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Averages. And as you can see, put in another lower low today. And I'm actually calling this pattern right in here a head and shoulders pattern. A little sloppy, but it's there. I'm going to point out the neckline. There and there. Now this is clearly the head. And this is the left shoulder. And this is the right shoulder. And I think this was the neckline that it broke down through today. So now we have resistance right in here. Resistance here and resistance here. So it's clearly a bearish formation. So it's keeping up with our story. So we're a seller of all rallies. Now all these areas that we thought were support areas, you have to disregard these. These are not going to have any kind of technical merit once the market goes from an up market to a down market. What we need to concentrate now on is all these resistance areas. What we're looking at is what's above us now. what's holding us back from rallying, and it's going to be all of this right in here so far. Now you got to remember, this is just getting started. Well, let's take a look at the transportation average to see if they're matching our story. They're keeping pace, and the story here with this chart is this is a double top right in here. We've pointed that out, and you can see it made another lower low today, closed down 30 points. And the key area here that I think is going to get broken next week is right here. And once it gets underneath that, then this whole pattern gets locked in, so to speak, above us. And then the down move will get going in earnest. So let's look at some resistance areas. Because the market doesn't go straight down. They always have these kickbacks. Just like when they were going up, they had those pullbacks. Well, the same thing happens on the short side of the market. They always kick back. So this is our first line of resistance right in here, and that is 52.55. So we're going to take a look at an hourly chart and show you where that is. There it is, right there, 52.55. It's a pretty good resistance. If the market ever gets in there up to that area, it should stop it. Okay, that's the transport, so that's keeping pace with our story. That's matching the Dow. Now let's take a look at the SPYs. This is basically the Standard & Poor's. And you can see how this is tracing out, made another lower low. What's interesting here is we have 6 lower lows in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now once it breaks this area here, then this whole pattern gets locked in above us. So this chart is also matching and telling the same story as the other two. And now we're going to take a look at the QQQs. Now these aren't quite as ugly looking as the others, but they still have that down look. We're going to find some resistance areas here. Right there, the bottom of that day. Turn it into an hourly so we can get a better look. And that's the area right there. It looks like it's about, let me zoom in on it. I would say it's 48.40. Now you got to give them a little wiggle room. You got to remember, technical analysis is not an exact science. They don't get right to that spot and stop. This is an art, so you have to give these areas a little bit of wiggle room. Just so you know, these are basically benchmarks. Treat them as benchmarks. Okay, so there you have it. Those are 4 of the averages. They're all telling the same story, which is important. And I think the market is basically telling you that it really wants to roll over and go lower. Let me show you where that major resistance is that stopped it in its tracks. It's this pattern right over here. Boom. So clearly they want to roll over. How low? I don't know. I don't know yet. My guess is they probably want to test this old low area. But that's kind of like an off-the-cuff guess. So I wouldn't put too much stock in that yet. As it develops, I'll get a better feel for it. But as of right now, the only thing we need to know is the direction, and we believe the direction is down. Okay, so that's my view of the market. Until Monday, this is TK signing off.